Hey guys, today I wanted to share with you my absolute favorite toy of my absolute favorite Transformers character that just so happens to also be my absolute favorite Transformers toy, period, ever. And that is music label Soundwave. But not just music label Soundwave in his traditional G1 Spark blue color, but also his Blaster black color, aka Sound Blaster, aka New Soundwave.
It's been a while.
Anyways, horrible Japanese dub aside, this is one of my favorite Transformers figures. I absolutely love it. And if you couldn't tell, I got both of them repro labeled. I would very much like to also get the white version of music label Soundwave. I've yet to get that. If I do though, I will let you know, and I might show it off in a video. But yeah, we got Soundwave and we got Sound Blaster. Let's talk about them. So they come with a lot of accessories for just being, you know, figures of Transformers. Typically Transformers figures don't come with accessories, especially alternate hands. But this guy does, because this is a very special, unique figure, because it's not only just a figure, but it's also an MP3 player. Yes, indeed, you are correct. There is a chip in here. He doesn't eject an actual cassette, but he does have an MP3 playing capability. He doesn't have any built-in speakers. God, I don't remember. There we go. But yeah, you have a mini SD card, a 1 gigabyte. It was preloaded with some music already on it, and I don't remember if this came with the figure, but I also have an adapter. So yeah, I don't specifically remember. I don't think it comes with the figure. I could be mistaken, but yeah, this isn't really something you can just go into a store and buy. So you're gonna have to invest in finding that if you want to use it as an MP3 player. Just letting you know though, it's not really worth it. Letting you know about the MP3 capabilities. Once you add the songs onto the micro SD, you can't, you know, have you need to undownload them and re-download them to get the order that you want. And you can't really just select which one you want. You need to keep going through, like, I want next one, next one, next one. And honestly, the quality isn't that great. Don't really use this as an MP3 player. It's just really a gimmick. Not really worth it. But thankfully, though, that gimmick really doesn't impede the fact that this is one of the best Soundwave figures ever made. So as I showed you earlier, they come with a lot of alternate hands. You have fist hands on the left hands there. And you also have trigger finger hands on the right hands, so he can actually hold his weapon. There's actually different versions of the trigger finger hand. Let's just look at the blue ones. So you have the one where you can actually have them transform still with it. Then you have one that is slightly extended. So each hand has a trigger finger hand, an extended finger so you can have them push the button, and a fist. So that's what you get with each one. And of course for the black too. Interestingly, the black on the Sound Blaster is matte, but the blue on the Soundwave is kind of metallic. So I kind of like that. Anyways though, going on with the rest of the accessories, we have the shoulder cannons, which are very, very nice. They just look good. They also swivel, and if you're wondering, what do they attach to? They attach to the headphone jack. You can see right there, it attaches to the headphone jack. Hey, if it works, it works. Interestingly though, looking at the text on the cannon, let's get a look at that. It says Destron Soundwave Electric Launcher, so they didn't change his name to Sound Blaster on this one, but that's okay. And then you also have a standard gun. Unfortunately, though, I need to talk about the repro labels real quick, because this little sticker on both my Wave and my Blaster does not stay on. I actually already fixed it on my Wave. I actually just super glued it. I just used the tiniest bit of super glue to get it to stay. I guess I need to do it with my Blaster too. But also, his gun says Destron Soundwave Wave Bluster. It's not a blaster, it's a bluster. Wave Bluster. I forgot I had that typo. So that's funny. Anyways, though, the detail for the repro labels is really nice. I highly recommend getting the repro label set, because the detail's really bland without it. There's just nothing under it. Like this one's kind of peeling. You can just see there's nothing under it. Unfortunately, the repro labels on this set just... maybe it's the paint, because these figures are pretty much fully painted. Maybe that doesn't like sticking to the paint. But yeah, highly recommend getting the repro labels. it just benefits this figure in so many ways. But yeah, besides just the backing color for black and blue, they're pretty much the same stickers. Nice sets. I do enjoy them. Turning them around, the battery compartment is actually the battery compartment on this figure, so no surprises there. 2007 Tomy. This guy's actually pretty old. I always kind of forget how old he is. Really good figure, though. I really love it. You can see it looks amazing. I want to look at the head sculpts, because the head sculpts, this is one of my favorite Transformers head sculpts. Looking at the Sound Blaster here, you can see he has some red detailing, red visor. Looking really nice. It's not a perfect likeness to G1 Soundwave. They kind of took some liberties with the head design, but I still really like it. Then also the Soundwave also is just looking very good. These just look amazing, man. I love the head sculpts. They're so nice. This is pretty much my only issue with the figure. The panel that the head is sitting on is actually just sitting on a spring. There is a way to get it off and kind of get it realigned if it's kind of wonky, but I've tried to realign this one so many times and it just remains wonky, so you just kind of have to move the head on the ball joint to kind of get it straight again. I just wish it wasn't on a spring. I wish it was on a different mechanism. But anyways, hey, if it works, it works. Anyways, let's talk about articulation. Let's talk about Sound Blaster's articulation. So like I said, head's on a ball joint. Get a little bit of wiggle in there. I like that. Swivel for the shoulder cannon because it's on the headphone jack. Shoulders fully swivel. They go out that much. There's also, it's on a ball joint, so it rotates at that joint. Then you have a hinge right there that gives you 90 degrees. And you have a ball joint right here that gets you inward. But you can also move that ball joint if you want to get a full elbow bend. So that is very nice. The hands are on ball joints. They're pretty easy to swap, but I would always be careful with hard plastic ball joints. The legs are a little meh. As you can see, there's some paint scrub. Is that the right word to use? I don't think so. Some paint scratch and rub equals scrub, where it just kind of, that panel just, gets there and it just, you can see how it's just kind of beating into it. But yeah, you get some decent range out of it. The knees bend 90 degrees. Obviously, he kind of transforms that way. Thigh swivel. And then his feet, you can move the toes up and you can move the heels up. And you can move the heels slightly down, but mostly you just move the toes up. So yeah, this guy's pretty poseable. Let's see if I can get him in a nice dynamic sort of like running pose. Where he's just like, it's been a while. So yeah, there we go. Yeah, this is a really cool figure, man. I really like it. So since I articulated Sound Blaster, let's transform Soundwave, and then I'll jump cut for both of them. So you do need, of course, to take this off and take off the, take out the gun there. You need to do that. And you can see how it's not a normal millimeter connection. It actually just slides in. So anyways, let's transform them. So the head, you push it down, then you keep it pushed down, and you slide this panel over it. I do not like this, because you're basically just fighting the spring. I do not like that. And then you just slide it back and it goes up. Push your shoulders back. And then you tab in the hands. You don't tab in the hands, you tab in the forearms into the back. You can see where all those ball joints and the arms are coming to good use. And then you can fold the hands in here soon, but what you need to do next, you need to use that hip articulation. Probably did this out of order. Some people have complained, oh, you're doing the transformation out of order. That's just what I do, man. I goof it up sometimes, but that's okay. Everyone's a goof up in their own way. Flipping the feet, put the leg up, and then you just kind of tab in the leg and the shoulder. Then you flip in the hand, and you can see how the trigger finger will go in, but the extended finger will not. So let's undo my stupid little mistake there. And then finish this up, and boom, there we go. Nice classic Soundwave transformation. Gets the job done. You get a very nice cassette mode. This is definitely the most G1 faithful classics, non-masterpiece G1 Soundwave toy on the market right now. And also, yeah, the buttons, they can press. It's almost like it's an MP3 player or something. Oh, wait, it is. Alrighty, so those Soundwave and Sound Blaster in their cassette player modes, they look good, man. They get the job done. They're looking swell. I like them. It's a really nice, just satisfying thing to do. such a nice release. Nice, big, and chunky. There's some electronics in there, of course, so they have some weight to them. Not too much, but they have some. Unfortunately, yes, the cannons and the guns, they just have to go off to the side because there's actual batteries inside them. And also the handles are non-retractable. Unfortunately, but I think that's a worthy sacrifice just to have some really nice solid figures of Soundwave. So there we go, man. There is my absolute favorite Transformers figure of my favorite character, Soundwave, and Sound Blaster as well. I want to get the Shattered Glass one. I really, really do. Unfortunately, though, that brings me to my last point about this figure, or these figures. They're not cheap. They are not cheap whatsoever. These are Transformers Takara Tomy music label figures, and they're expensive. They're pricey. I think it's like $40, $50 upward for these, a single one. So yeah, if you're willing to fork out the price, it is worth it in my opinion, but I totally see how it's not worth it for others. Now, if you're wondering the size, so here, just having Sound Blaster transformed, I'm showing you a size comparison with the nearest deluxe in reach. How about Classics Hot Rod? He's kind of a shorter deluxe though. But then again, you want Soundwave to be kind of taller. So in my opinion, this works very well. Another comparison, maybe Beast Hunter's Prowl. Here, you can see that right there. You can see he's slightly taller than a deluxe. A lot of older Classics deluxes come up to about there. So he's slightly taller, and in my opinion, I think that is a perfect scale. So yeah, there we go. There is Takara Tomy music label Soundwave. What a good boy. What a cool toy. I love him. I recommend him as well. There we go, guys. That's pretty much it. Make sure to comment, like, and subscribe. Check my social media links down below, as well as my P.O. Box address if you want to send me anything cool or radical. Have a good day, guys, and as always, I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.